Ah, yes, that's the other stuff here, other hand.
Yep. Oh, I almost touched something.
Whoa! Okay there.
Alright.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I'll hold you in my heart. I'll sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me, though I have to travel far. Remember me, each time you hear a sad guitar, know that I'm with you the only way that I can be. Remember me, me, me.
Hold up, let's cut that one. Not that one.
That was really bad.
That's really terrible.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I'll hold you in my heart. I'll sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me.
My name is Samuel Rivera Lopez. I'm a creative director and cultural arts producer for the station here in Emma Street. But I'm also a local artist, an activist, a community organizer. I just live here. I'm a citizen of Springdale. That just started when the shooting happened probably like 5 years ago, and it was here down Applegate. And we honestly, as a community, didn't know why it happened. It was, and the news took it and spun it as gang violence or spun it a different way. And there was a lot of kind of like animosity towards brown people at that moment because people were perceiving us as gangsters or perceiving us as the reason why Springdale is being noted as a dangerous place to live. And the truth of the matter is, like, that's not at all what we were trying to do. And I don't think one person can speak for the majority of a people. And so for us, it was like, we got to tell our own stories. We got to create art that makes it conscious of like who we are and what we're here to do and what we want to do. And so Stitches started as kind of like this group saying, what can we do for our community? What can we do to change how people view not just the brown people, but how people view youth? Because I think that a lot of people view the young people as like, they don't understand, they don't know what they're doing. Really, we're just trying to like figure out what it is we're supposed to do in a world where we're bogged down by so many future problems or things that we have to figure out a solution to.
Hi, my name is Matthew.
Hey everybody, my name's Alvin. Hey guys, I'm Reagan.
Hi, I'm Cairo.
And I'm Thomas. And together, we're Mark Harmony.
Like, people kind of look down on us and expect us to be this whole race where we're just a wasted space, but we're not. You know, we have true potential, and you see it in us every single day. We try our best, and we try to live up to our name, which is Mark Harmony, and we want to make something of ourselves and not just be like the rest of the Marshallese community and just be shut out. You know, we want to get ourselves out there and show people that not all Micronesians or Marshallese people are freeloaders or they're just bad people. We're hard workers too. We work, we pay taxes, we do everything y'all do. We're just the same, and we want y'all to see that.
I moved here to Springdale in 1977, and one of the first things that even I noticed at like age 10 is we did not have a lot of color in our town. My fourth grade teacher in Morehouse, Missouri was African American, so it was a big change for me, kind of a shock. But the people in Springdale kind of historically were people who just worked hard. We had a lot of chicken farms, chicken plants, kind of, we were known as Chickendale even way back in the day. And so it was a hardworking community, and there were a lot of good things about it. There's some bad history of Springdale also. I think the biggest change that happened to Springdale for the better was when we started seeing immigration. Immigration kind of drove our businesses. It made our our plants more successful. It made our community more beautiful, in my opinion, and added a totally new element to this town. But the other thing it did is it also honored the hardworking roots of our town, because the people who came here and who come here still are people who work hard. I mean, I have students who work 40 hours a week. I have students' parents who are easily working 50 to 70 hours a week, plant work, shift work. They are hardworking people. And so it kind of honors the history of Springdale. In a lot of ways, Springdale handled the diversity and the change and this influx of people pretty well. There was kind of some excitement. There was always groups of people, especially in the schools, that pushed for teachers to get better trained. How do we help kids who are speaking a different language in their homes, and how do we adapt to our kids and kind of create a welcoming environment? How do we bring everybody home? And so the school district did try to create that. When I saw a huge change in our school, obviously was after we built a new high school. We did need a new high school. I mean, we had 2,600 kids here, or about to hit that. It was crowded. It was a mess. And so we did need the new high school. When the high school split, that is when you saw a big change in demographics. And so we became a school that was full of largely working class kids, immigrant families. And we, the adults, had to figure out, so how do we do things differently?
So our goal was to work really hard, myself and a couple other people, some coaches who were heavily involved, Dennis DeBusk and Eli Drinkwitz, and then teachers like Marjay Hignite and Summer Catron and Elizabeth McCaslin, that we just pushed really hard because we wanted the kids to have a great high school experience. And we didn't want the split of the high schools to affect the way they felt about their high school experience. So we worked really hard. We pushed hard for student sections, worked a lot with the ADs to get the cost of tickets for students down. It was about $4 at the time, which can be quite a bit of money, particularly with the demographic of Springdale High and socioeconomics. We worked really hard. Admin was really good. And worked well with us, and we were able to get those costs down. We had sponsors that helped pay for tickets. We took Spirit buses, but it was not easy. The first few years during pep rallies, we would try to just focus solely on our school and not the opponent. And I think that was hard on the kids because it wasn't like that for every game. It just happened to be that one. So by the time it was all said and done, I felt like I sort of had been raised at Springdale High School. I'd gone there. I felt like a lot of people would ask me all the time, "Oh, did you graduate from Springdale High?" I'd say no, but I feel like I had.
All right, my last question. In only a couple words, how would you describe this place where you decided to live?
I'll describe it as a place of potential, a place where people from all over the world have actually come to find a home, but at the same time, we have to decorate that home, and we have the potential to do that in a very beautiful way.
One of the things I brag most about Springdale is their love for community. I think it's one of the best ones, and probably the best in Northwest Arkansas. And everyone seems to know everybody and has family connections and different things.
There's a whole lot of people out in the world that have trouble working with people who are different than them. And our students come in here to our classrooms every single day and get it done.
I'm not really wasting time. Whoa, 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 I just want to treat you like a queen. All I need